Let's see what happens when we try to make the recipe attached to these AI Facebook cookies.
Let's see what's cooking. It's time for Yo-Yo Banks 12.
Hello everyone, I found this AI cookie image on a Facebook recipe group that I get lots of them that pop up on my home feed. And like most of these recipe groups, they are simply there to entice you into clicking on links. So they don't provide you with the actual recipe. In the post, you have to click on the link. And when you do, you go to an incredibly spammy website with dozens of ads on the page, pop-ups, and places where they try to get you to click. And if you do, it goes to an advertising website. The recipe itself is actually cut into two pieces. So you have to click and then search and go to next page. It's just a nightmare to try and find the recipe. And when I did find the recipe, I realized that this was not going to make the cookies in the image. But I decided to give them a try to see how they would turn out. I decided to make a half recipe because I wasn't convinced that these were going to be that great. So I creamed together some cream cheese, some white granulated sugar, and some butter together. I added an egg, some baking soda, and some flour, and I blended that together. Now, if you're interested in this recipe, I will put the actual ingredient amounts that I use in the description box below. And then it says to add in caramel bits, which would make them caramel cookies, I guess. So I cut up these little craft caramels into small pieces and put them in the batter. And I should have cut them a little bit smaller because there just wasn't enough per cookie. Then you scoop this dough onto a cookie sheet and you bake it at 350 degrees for about 15 minutes or so until they are just like golden brown around the edges. And then once they come out of the oven, let them cool a little bit. And then the recipe says to transfer them to a wire rack, and then you can optionally drizzle these with caramel. So I melted some of those craft caramels with a little bit of water in the microwave, and I'm just drizzling some on top. And these actually don't flatten very much. They stay in that shape. Now here's the cookie. It's a very plain cookie. It has kind of a cakey texture to it. And those caramel bits get really hard inside after it cools. So you got to watch your fillings, or if you have sensitive teeth. And a lot of the caramel pieces sink to the bottom, so you don't even have any in the middle of the cookie. And it certainly does not look at all like this image. So let's look at this image and let's dissect it a little bit. So you have a cream cheese or a cheesecake center. You have a cookie on the outside. You have caramel on top. You have a chocolate drizzle and what looks like walnuts or pecans sprinkled on top. And the bottom part of the cookie, my husband said it looks like a crust to him. I think that it's just the cookie that got a little bit brown on the bottom according to this AI image. Because it would be really hard to put a crust with a cookie top with cream cheese or a cheesecake in the middle. So I went online and I found a cookie recipe. It's a chocolate chip cookie recipe that has a cheesecake stuffing. And I decided to try to recreate this recipe and try to make it look like the image on your screen. The recipe on your screen will be a half recipe. However, I'll put the full recipe ingredients in the description box below, and that's what I'm going to read out right now. So that's 12 ounces of cream cheese, room temperature, 3/4 of a cup of powdered sugar, and you blend that together until it's nice and smooth. And this is basically going to be the cheesecake filling for your cookies. So once it's blended, cover it and put it in the refrigerator and let it chill for about a half an hour or so. You want it to firm up so that you can easily scoop it up. Now for the exterior part of this cookie, you have a cup of butter, a cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar, and you're going to cream those things together until they are light and fluffy. Now you'll add 1 egg plus 1 egg yolk, a couple teaspoons of vanilla, blend that together, then add in a teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, blend that together, and then add 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour and blend until you get a nice thick cookie dough. Now if you want to turn these into chocolate chip cookies, you add your chocolate chips at this point. You stir those in. So there is your cookie dough ready to go. I used a cookie scoop to take a scoop of that cookie dough. I flattened it into a disc shape, and then I took another smaller scoop of the cheesecake filling that's been chilled, and you can see it's really easy to handle because it's cold. Put it on top of the cookie disc, and then wrap that cookie dough around that cheesecake filling. Try to make sure that you have about the same thickness of cookie dough all the way around, and make sure that you cover all your seams. I rolled it around on the countertop a little bit just to get rid of all the seams and to make it nice and smooth. I put it on a cookie sheet that's been lined with a silicone mat. You can also use parchment. And I chilled the cookies for about an hour before I put them in a 375-degree oven for about 15 minutes or so, until the edges and the bottoms of the cookies are light brown. And there they are out of the oven. They spread just a little bit. The cookies themselves flatten out as they bake, but that's going to happen to every single cookie you'll probably ever make. How you get that round shape that they have in the photo, maybe if you put these in a mini muffin tin, you might get a taller shape, but chances are that's not going to happen. So once the cookies are cooled, I melted some more of that caramel in the microwave, and I'm putting a generous dollop on top of the cookie. And then I melted some semi-sweet chocolate chips in a Ziploc bag in the microwave, and I just cut the corner off, and I'm putting a little drizzle of chocolate so that it looks like the image that I showed you at the beginning of the video. And then finally I added some chopped pecans. However, once I put these on, I realized that the pieces were too big because the image has really tiny pieces. So I'm just going to show you here on a second clip that for these ones I ground up the pecans a little bit finer and then sprinkled those on, and it looks more like the picture. So I took a bite out of one of the cookies and I'm putting them up here side by side so you can take a look. What do you think? I think I nailed it. I think the recipe I made looks remarkably like the AI generated one. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw this AI generated cookie, I'm like, wow, that looks really tasty. And you know what? The one I made is actually really tasty as well. You have that cookie around the edges, get nice and crispy. The center is squishy because it has that cheesecake in the middle. And then of course some caramel and chocolate and nuts on top. Decadent, delicious, and this recipe website should put my recipe up next to their AI image, and then they wouldn't be accused of deceiving people. The only thing with these cookies is there's lots of moisture in these cookies because of the caramel and the cheesecake in the center. So they should be kept refrigerated, and you should probably eat them within a day or two because they do kind of get a lot softer after a couple of days. These AI image debunking videos are kind of fun. I enjoy making them, and I'm probably going to make more. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this, I'm going to put a playlist up on your screen right now that'll show you more AI debunking videos that I've already done. And thank you so much for watching.